Hello everyone, thanks so much for clicking by. You are joining Happy Hour with Just Stamp. I am Anna Marie, a paper crafter and Stampin' Up demonstrator. If it's your first time joining, please be sure that you comment and tell me that you're here. If you enjoy today's live, I would love for you to follow the page or also to share the video with someone else that you think might be interested in watching the card class. So I'm going to stall for just a second and let's see. I'm getting messages on my phone already. Let me see if I can clear that off. And I think I just ruined my orientation. Let's see what's going on the feed. Hang on, let's see. I might need to restart. And let's see how I'm showing up. It's really awkward. I am sideways on my monitor. And I think I'm doing okay on screen. Let's see if it continues that way. It's just awkward looking at myself sideways. So give me a thumbs up or give me a comment if you're seeing this right side up, because otherwise I'm thinking I'm going to have to restart. I think it's okay, right? I don't know. I don't really want to have to restart. Let's see what's being said. Let's see. So Debbie Jarigi, thank you, my friend. You say it looks great. So I am just going to have to look at my monitor sideways. All right. So today's announcements. It is happy hour. It's 4 o'clock, right? So let's get our cocktail out. Today I am enjoying a lemon drop. The barista mixed it up, or the mixologist mixed it up, and very nice that it has fresh lemons from Debbie's garden. Yay! That's the reason I picked lemon drop for today. Lemon drop is one of my favorite cocktails to have at my favorite seafood restaurant, so it's really nice. So here's to the weekend. Let's kick it off nice and early. I hope you have plans for the weekend, and that includes maybe a cocktail or two and a little crafting. So cheers to the weekend. Oh my gosh, it's very awkward seeing myself sideways, but I think I can muddle through it. Let's see. Okay, so a couple of announcements. Those of you who have heard, I have 2 new puppies in-house. So that's Fergus and Jean. They are doing really well. They are stinking cute. They're so fun and they're so exhausting. But they're cute, they're worth it. So I'm really enjoying having the 2 pups in the house. So let me go ahead and make sure I've got people on. So, Barbara's in as well. Oh good, so I can see my comments on my other monitors. So welcome, Barb. Yeah, lemon drops are pretty nice. Mine's really sour today. Sometimes there's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of sourness, but it's a very refreshing cocktail for this beautiful autumn day. So another announcement, I have a new schedule. Happy Hour is moving to a new day, same time, new day. Starting next week, Happy Hour will go live on Thursdays. Thursdays still at 4 Pacific Standard Time, and my plan is to have a full class for you each week. So if you can't join me live, you can always catch the replay, or you can skip over to the YouTube channel, which is Just Stamp with Anna Marie. So yeah, starting next Thursday, we'll see how it goes. I noticed that it's really hard for people to catch me live on Friday afternoon. It's a small audience live. I know a lot of the plays come maybe later Friday night or even at the weekend. So let's see if I can pick up some new viewers on Thursdays at 4 o'clock. Okay, another announcement. This is Stampin' Up! News. Monday is the final day for this amazing, awesome starter kit deal. So the starter kit's always a great deal at $99. You always get to pick out your choice of $125 worth of Stampin' Up! Product. But the deal all through October, and it ends on Monday, is that you're going to get an extra $30 in product. So that puts you up to $155 in product. You're paying only $99 plus tax, because yay, the starter kit ships for free. You get $155 in product, so there's 2 bonuses already. Ships for free, $155 in product. You are going to get an ongoing discount whenever you shop of at least 20%. You get to peek at the catalogs early when you are a demonstrator, and I'll talk about that again in a second. You also get a membership into my team, which is the Stamperistas. We have a whole lot of fun with some very special crafters. We either are in person or on Zoom, and it's a great team. You get lots of perks as a Stamperista too. And let's see, there is 0 obligation. If you decide that you want to give it a try, there's no commitment. There are no strings attached. You don't have to do anything with a demonstratorship if you don't want to. You don't even have to be a demonstrator. Lots of times people buy the starter kit just because it's a great deal and you want to be a smart shopper, get that discount every time you go shopping for your crafty supplies. So Monday is the deadline for that starter kit deal of an extra $30. If you are interested, message me, email me, text me if you have questions that you want answered, or if you need some help understanding how you pick out your things or what to do. I'm here for you. I would love for you to take advantage of that offer. All right, so this week's class features a beautiful set for the season. It's finally starting to feel like fall, so Fond of Autumn is the perfect stamp set bundle for this week, and it's perfect for creating thank you notes and gratitude cards all year long. Beautiful images, a great die set. And here's great news: if you like the card class that I'm presenting today, you can get all the supplies, everything cut, prepped, organized, and shipped directly to you for free. All you have to do is place an online order of $35 and use the host code that I think is up at the top of this video. You have to submit your order by Sunday night to get this week's class. So orders of $50 or over also get a package of embellishments. I'm giving away the rustic metallic dots embellishments this week, and it's the embellishment that we're using on this card class. So as I said, just order by Sunday using the host code. $35 gets you the kit. $50 gets you a free embellishment. If your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code because you can get your own rewards. Just email me or message me and let me know you want the kit, because otherwise I won't know. All right, so let's see. Oh, that kit will not include stamped images per Stampin' Up policy, and anything that's needed to die cut from the bundle itself will not be die cut for you, but I will give you the cardstock to do that. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about as I present the class. Okay, my friends, so let's have a look at the class. I am going to flip the camera, and I have no idea how this is gonna go as I'm looking at you sideways, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Let's see how this goes. All right, so I am turning. Let me put this down. I'll reveal the images and let me focus. I'm gonna have to defer to my other screen. And there's a little bit of a delay when I flip over. So let's see how this is going. It kind of looks like it's centered, maybe not quite. So yeah, when I'm looking on screen, there is enough of a delay. And let me see if I can push this out. And I'm sorry if I am making you seasick, but I just need to pull that over. There we go. So, okay, so here is the host code that you need to use if you want the card kit free. And by the way, thank you to the shoppers who have already ordered and are going to be getting this card kit in the mail. Everything prepped and ready for you to create the cards. I so appreciate your orders. It helps me stay in business, right? Okay, my friends, so here we go. This is the Fond of Autumn card class. It is a full card class, and you are going to be able to get the card kit for free. And I'm going to start off by sharing the cards, and it would be handy if I had the cards, right? All right, so let's see. We have the first card, which is a Calypso Coral based card. I have a soft suede based card, and the last one is on Very Vanilla, and I'm upside down, so sorry. Oh my gosh, this is crazy looking at my screen flip, but it's gonna work. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. These are the cards we're creating in class today. I'm going to be talking to you about the supplies as we go along. If you do order the kit, you will also get a PDF emailed directly to you that will include all the measurements for everything. So you don't need to be writing things down if you are going to want to get the kit in the mail. So here are the cards we're creating. I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to start with card number 1. And when you order and you have the card kit shipped to you, this is what it's going to look like. Everything has been cut, embossed, organized, and is ready for you to craft. We are going to be crafting with the Calypso Coral card base card. And when you open up your kit, I'm going to pull everything out at once and kind of pull and shake at once. Make sure everything's out of the envelope. You do get to make 2 cards, 2 per design. So I'm going to keep that kit. You know you have a second kit when you have an envelope, and then you have your second kit down below. And I'm going to push that aside. This is what we need to get started. And this is a thank you card on Calypso Coral. And this is standard card size. It's 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish. We're going to do a little bit of layering before we start our stamping and die cutting. So I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish right on the 4¼ inch score mark. Let me share with you the stamp set we're using. Again, it's called Fond of Autumn. It has a beautiful, huge stamped image with oak leaves, some acorns, some pretty flowers, leaves, lots of foliage going on. It's one huge stamp. We have a small acorn, a small leaf, a small flower, this very nice banner, and the sentiments that are going to make great cards. So there's thank you, happy thoughts of you, sending many thanks, just a note, I'm so fond of you, and autumn wishes. So really nice fonts. There's really nice fonts. There's 2 of them in the different greetings that we have to send off. So that's the stamps that we're using. This die set that coordinates with it is very cleverly designed. I'm going to pull it out and share with you what it includes. So first of all, you have your smaller cuts for your acorn, your leaf, your small flower, and your banner. And then there are 3 bigger dies. One is a complete outline. This will cut out your image with the flowers, acorns. It cuts that right out. And now this doesn't match up because the photo is at about 80%. You're going to see it will cut. Let's see if I show you the complete stamp. It will cut your full image just like so. So that's one of the larger dies. The second larger die will take that large image and snip it into 4 pieces, which makes it really nice for layering and adding depth to your card. So that was a really clever design Stampin' Up! Did, I think, on this bundle. And then finally we have a peek through die that's going to create lots of little cutouts on your cardstock, and we are using that on one of the cards as well. So those are the dies that are in the stamp set. And remember, if you purchase both the stamp set and the dies at once, you save 10%. So that's really a nice deal. All right, so let me continue. That's the bundle that we're working with. Here's our first card. The card base is Calypso Coral. It also includes a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock, which has been embossed with the time-worn embossing folder, and this will be done for you in your kit. It's going to be ready to go. I have one small piece of DSP. This is from the Gingham Cottage paper stack, and this is the Calypso color. We have one Stylish Shapes die cut, circle die cut, really nice with the stitching in it. That's going to be included in your kit. We have a scrap of Very Vanilla. That's what we're going to be stamping on. And we have some ribbon, the Soft Sea Foam seam binding, and a little bow that's going to be attached there. So I'm going to go ahead and start layering up. And as I said, the dimensions are going to be on the PDF that you receive when you place your $35 order or more. The PDF with all the measurements is emailed directly to you. So we're just going to start by layering up the gingham. Oh, and I'm on the wrong side already. Let's see if I can flip that over since it's going to be sticky. And, you know, in this instance, it doesn't matter. There is an orientation to the embossing folder, but this one's not going to make a huge difference. And you'll see, because my pattern paper is on the right-hand side, I tend to default always to the left, but this one's a little bit different. The next thing I'm going to do is add my seafoam green seam binding behind this layer, and I've cut it down so that all I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive on both ends here, and I'm going to tuck this behind. This is going to include a little faux bow right through there with a nice strip of seam binding. Really easy. All right, now we are ready to add this to the card base layer, just like so, and this is flat adhered, so I'm just going to add some adhesive here. Now, just to cut down a little bit of time, I pre-embossed and pre-die cut some of the pieces in the cards, and that's just so that we're not here for too long. I'm trying to get the card class time down, so it's not too long of a time commitment. Okay, so I've got my card base going on. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of stamping and then some die cutting. So we are stamping with soft suede ink. I'm going to start by stamping that die cut circle, and you will receive this in your kit. Because this is a photopolymer stamp set, I've got a piercing mat here. You can kind of see I've wrapped some grid paper around it so that I don't get the piercing mat itself soiled. I'm going to ink up the thank you, and this has been pre-mounted on block C. So this is the thank you, and it's a circle, so you don't have to worry about stamping straight. Just going to stamp down. There is my thank you. And I'm also going to need that large floral image. This is the entire spray, and that's what I'm going to stamp onto the scrap of Very Vanilla. When I have a larger stamp, I tend to put that flat on the tabletop and then flip my stamp pad over and ink up. It just makes it easier. It's not as clumsy as going the other direction. All right, so let's see. I am going to stamp down, and hopefully I've got some good light on here. I'm going to press down. This is a big stamp, so you need to make sure that you're pressing down nicely. There we go. Okay, so there is my stamped image. The next thing I'm going to do is actually die cut this, because some crafters always ask, do you color first or do you die cut first? So here's my reasoning. If I die cut it first, I will avoid having to re-stamp and recut if for some reason it doesn't cut evenly. Like sometimes the die slips on the paper, and if I've already colored it, it seems like, oh, it's such a pity, such a waste that I colored it and then I muffed it up on the die cutting. So in this instance, I'm going to die cut first. I am going to use the large cut and emboss machine because this is the larger die. I'm going to slip that over. I'm going to take a sip while I'm moving around. There we go. And let's see, I need my die. Let's see where I can find all of my pieces here. And on this instance, I am going to use that die that's going to snip this image into 4 pieces. Because on this card, I'm only going to use those pretty flowers. So I'm going to place that on there. And you know, usually I have a piece of washi tape hanging about, and I didn't get set with that. So instead, I'll show you another trick I use. I use a Post-it note, use that sticky part to hold it in place, and I might need 2 in this instance. Only because I don't want that die to shift on me as I'm starting to crank through. And let's see. All right, I need my cutting plate on top. This, as I said, was a clever die design. And we are going to be using several of the dies in today's class. I'm going to go ahead and push my cut and emboss machine out of the way and remove my Post-it notes. You can reuse the Post-it notes too. And you'll see what we got. There we go. So we have a die cut of flowers. We have the die cut with the oak leaves and acorns. And we have a couple of little branches with those berries on that. So for this particular card, we are going to use only the flowers and the 2 little leaves, leaf branches. I am going to push the acorn and oak leaves aside. We're going to be using that on another project. Now, to color the flowers for this card, so you're going to see right here, this is one of the brighter ones. I have used Stampin' Blends, and the colors I've chosen are Daffodil Delight, I have Calypso Coral, and Light Cajun Craze, and Granny Apple Green. So those are the blends I have chosen to color. And to save me time, look how fast and easy was this. I colored my flowers and I colored my branches. There we go. Now I am ready to assemble my card. So what I'm going to do here, this circle is mounted onto the card front, and I'm going to be using Stampin' Dimensionals. And let's see. In this case, I'm using the larger dimensionals. So if you have a question as I'm crafting along here, be sure to post it, because sometimes I forget to mention some of the little details that I just take for granted. All right. Hello, Patty from Washington, right? Thank you for joining. All right, so this thank you goes right in the center, and it's going to be about 1 inch from the base of the card, right like so. All right. Then I'm going to do my flower arranging. I'm going to put my little spray of flowers. This is going to go down over that thank you. And because it's already elevated on the circle part, I'm just going to put little dimensionals on those flowers on the upper right. So I'm going to use some mini dimensionals there. I find myself using all the dimensionals lately. Minis, standard, black. It's really helpful that we have a choice. All right, so be sure to remove the backing. That makes them stick. Right there. And I'm going to place that right there. Now I'm going to use my little branches. One of them is going to go off to the side. It's kind of, let's see, like so. Got lots of berries going on here. And then the longer one's gonna go up at the top. And it's gonna go directly onto the card base. So we've got lots of dimension going on here. So if I like the placement, I can go ahead and what I'll do is just kind of lift it and put some little Tombow glue right behind some of those leaves. Press down, oops, press a little bit longer to make sure it sticks. There we go. And on this one, I am going to add my glue directly to the circle. And let's see if I can stick one little mini dimensional right onto the card right here. Stick that down. And this is going off of the circle, so I'm not double stacking my dimensionals. And then finally, I'm going to add that little seafoam green bow. This is included in your card kit. And this is added with just a glue dot. And I like to go direct from the supply of glue dots. It's going to go right up here. And I might want to snip those tails. Let's see, I do need my ribbon scissors. I just want them a little bit shorter so they're not covering up too much. I make them about the same length. All right, now we're almost done. We just want to, let's see, we are going to add the finishing touch, which happens to be some of the rustic metallic adhesive back dots. So if your order is $50 or more, you will receive the pack of dots. And look at this, my pack's almost gone. I'm gonna add about 3 to this card. So orders of 50 or more will receive the little package of embellishments, so you can go ahead and add your final pop of pizzazz to your card. And there you go. There's a nice little thank you card for fall and beyond. That is card number 1. And I like the brightness of the Calypso Coral, the Granny Apple Green, and that Daffodil Delight. What do you think? Is that a card that you could use? You could also stamp onto your envelope and decorate that too. The little leaves, the little acorn sprays would be a really nice addition to your card. So card number 1, thank you card. All right, let me clear away some of these materials. And we're gonna move on to card number 3, or sorry, card number 2. Gonna move that aside. And our second card is the soft suede card that includes the peek through die on the background. So my card kit for this, and this is what's included in your class. Remember, if I just pull out from the card base itself, everything I need for this particular card is going to be above the card base. And then the next card, it begins with your envelope, so that's ready to go as well. All right, so let's get started on this. We have a soft suede background, and it's standard card size again. It's been scored at 4 1/4. We're gonna fold and burnish right on the score line. And we're gonna prep this as well. And this one, I didn't pre-cut. Let's see if I can get some of these things out of the way. All right, I am going to be using that peek through die right in there. And I need my cut and emboss machine. I need the platform, and the shim, which is number 2, the cutting plate, and I need my layer of soft suede. It's going to go right onto the cardstock. I need my next plate right on top. We're going to crank this through. So muscle that through, and I'm going to muscle it through twice, up and back. And that's what we're going to get. Now I'm going to remove some of those die cuts with my, I've got my take your pick brush right here. And I'm just going to put that right in the box and push that through. And I have mine in a box so that things don't get too messy out of control. So there's one. I'm going to flip this paper. And all I did was kind of dust off that cutting pad a little bit. Now I'm going to flip that through. I'm going to take my die cut and I'm going to flip it to the other end here and go ahead and die cut a second time. That way I have the peek through at the top and at the bottom. And I'm going to crank that through, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go up, cut, and then I'm going to come back and remove that. And I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Take off the die, and then I'll kick out those extra pieces with the brush. And we are ready to go. Now, if you don't get all of the little pieces out, it's not critical, because a lot of it's going to be covered up. So in your kit, besides your card base, you have your die. Oh dear, I'm missing one piece already. Where did it go? I know it was here earlier. What happened to it? I have a piece of pattern paper from the Neutrals DSP pack, and I'm going to put that right in the center. It's going to be flat adhered. Just put a little bit of Tombow on each end. And it goes right over the seam where the two cuts meet. Right like so. And I'm trying to make it straight, more or less. There. This piece then gets added to the card base, and we are going to use dimensionals. And what I think I'll do, I'm going to use the strips. And I could have used my strips of dimensional as well, but I'm going to cut off the border of my dimensional sheet, and I'm going to apply this all along the base and the top so that we have lots of support. Let's see the wider one right across. And then on the next one, all the way across. And it's a little bit long, so I'm going to do my snip. And then on the side panels, I'm just going to use a few of the dimensionals. A couple on the sides. And these are the minis, just to offer a little bit more support on this layer. I like this layer popped up a little bit so you can see the peek through on the die. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal the sticky, right like so. So this is the Happy Thoughts card. and this gets layered on. There's almost no border. It's very, very small, maybe like 1/16 of an inch. So there's my card base, and you can kind of see that peek through die. Love it. What do you think? I think that's one of my favorite dies in this die set. Now for this one, I'm going to bring back in that cut that I had from the previous card, and I'm going to need a second one. So I still need to stamp and cut another. So I'm going to bring back in my piercing mat, bring my stamp in, and on this one I'm only going to need the oak leaves and the acorns, but I'm going to have it all just in case I want to make another card with those flowers. Just like so, and I'm going to repeat the die cutting and take another, just the center portion. It's going to look just like this, but so I pre-did that so that you don't have to watch me die cut again. And I also pre-colored. So on this one, I am using Mossy Meadow for those leaves. I'm using Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight for my fall leaves, Soft Suede and Ivory. And let me share with you how I colored these. So I have the ivory on at the cap of the acorn and the soft suede on the bottom part. I also stamped and cut an extra acorn that's part of the stamp set. And so here we go. I've got my colored pieces and I have my acorn. And the next thing I'm going to need is that sentiment stamped that says happy thoughts of you. So let me go ahead and get my pad again. And I'm going to get my stamp that's on a curved line. This gets inked up in soft suede. And I'm going to stamp it right onto this die cut. Pressing firmly. There we go. Look at that. The beauty of the photopolymer stamps is you can see right through and stamp down on them. So we have all of our stamped images. I am going to bring my card base in, and this is going to go at the top. I have a second one that's going to come down at the bottom, like so, and then I'm going to put my banner going across, and I'm going to have an acorn right over or next to the happy. So for this layer, what I did was adhere directly to that pattern paper with flat adhesive. So again, I'm going to do that trick where I just lift up and put a little bit of adhesive there to keep it in place. And right now I'm just putting the adhesive on that pattern paper so it doesn't ooze through on the peekaboo portion of the die. And I need to just kind of hold it in place. Hello, Marcia. I'm glad you could make it. All right, be sure to, if you came in late, be sure to catch the beginning. Happy Hour with Just Stamp is moving to Thursdays starting next week. So same time, hopefully I'll have more people joining. I think Friday afternoon might be tough for some people to get organized. Maybe you're heading out sometimes too. Okay, so on this one, again, I'm just layering flat adhesive. And this one truly speaks fall to me with the pretty colors, the fall, very fall colors. The other one was a little bit brighter with the flowers. This is truly fall colors with that mossy meadow and the golden leaves, the little acorns. And so then next, let's see, I'm going to pop the banner up with dimensionals. And I'm going to grab, if I can, let's see if the standard size dimensionals work here. Right in there. One at each end. It's a nice long banner. And I think I might want one right in the center as well. So there we go, there. And let's go ahead and add that to the card front. And I have that cute little acorn. This one's gonna get attached flat just with some adhesive because I don't want another layer of dimensionals. And I'm just gonna kind of, oh, let's see. It's gonna be kind of hanging. Oh, not done yet. How about a little bit of linen thread? And this is gonna go right below that acorn. So my linen thread, I have a little bow. And I am going to pick up a glue dot and add it right there, right next to that happy. Now I'm ready to add my acorn, and silly goose, I'm gonna need a glue dot on the acorn because I am attaching to the linen thread. So it'll go on much easier with a glue dot. There we go. So Happy Thoughts of You in soft suede. That is card number 2, and it features that peek through die in the bundle. Really, really pretty. I think it's my favorite die. And oh, did I say that about the die that cuts the image into 4? So I don't know. It's a toss-up. What do you think? Do you like that peekaboo die, or do you think that that single die that cuts into 4 pieces works nicely? I think I like them both, and that's kind of like why I like this bundle. It is super nice. So Corinne asks what set this is. Corinne, this is the Font of Autumn bundle. It is in the mini catalog. If you have a mini, it is on page 52. Here is the stamp set we're working with, and then of course the coordinating dies called the Font of Autumn or Autumn Bouquet dies. If when you get both of them, you get your 10% discount, so it's $52. So Font of Autumn, it's a perfect set, and not just for fall. It is just stunning the way you can create different seasonal cards too. With if you select on just the flowers, or if you add the fall cards, you could color the flowers any season you like, they would work. So it's a really, really nice bundle, and I've been featuring it all week long. If you want more inspiration on this bundle, check out my blog. It's just Stamp, and the address is annemariepalmerin.com. So thank you, Marcia. I think it's a really pretty card, pretty simple. If you like coloring with the blends, this stamp set lends itself to lots of coloring, and I chose to do some of my coloring off screen so that you wouldn't have to watch me color, but it's very calming and very soothing just to be kind of get creative. So that was card number 2, Happy Thoughts of You. We're going to move on. This is card number 3. And this one's another bright card, I think. Still the fall colors. This time I colored those flowers a little bit more fall-like. This one's called Autumn Wishes. It is on a very vanilla card base. So let's have a look in our card kit. Again, everything's going to be cut, prepped, scored, embossed, ready for you to start creating. I'm going to pull out my kit. And your kit will include envelopes. It is on a standard size card base of very vanilla, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to fold it right in half. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish there. All right, the next thing I'm going to do some layering before I assemble. Now you can choose the embossed side, which is raised up, or the debossed side, which is kind of lowered. I'm going to go for the debossed side today, and I'm going to add a small swatch of the Rustic Harvest Designer Series paper. It's a really pretty mossy meadow pattern. This is going to go on with flat adhesive. This Rustic Meadow paper. Is it Rustic Meadow or Rustic Harvest? Help me out here. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Sandy says she's going to like Thursdays because, yeah, I'm hoping that I can get more live viewers on a Thursday because I know it's hard on a Friday afternoon. I do like to get the weekend started with a little bit of crafting and a little cocktail. So we're just going to start the weekend a little bit earlier on Thursdays. How about that? It's going to work for me, I think. All right, so I just added a little pattern on the right of the embossed paper. This is now going to be flat adhered onto our Very Vanilla card base. And it's Tombow liquid glue for me. You could use your Seal or Seal Plus. Tombow always works for me. It's my favorite. I think I say that every week. All right, there we go. It's flat adhered. And on this card, we are using that floral spray, that foliage spray. We're using all of it. So I am stamping down on a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. It's a scrap. Once again, use your piercing mat because you need that cush for a nice impression. We're again using soft suede, and we are going to be coloring this card as well with some nice fall colors. We're using our blending Stampin' Blends again. So right like so. Right in there, I'm gonna go ahead and lift up, and let's see. Now, I thought I had pre-colored this one for you as well. I'm not finding it. Oh, here it is. I have pre-colored it. There you go. And the colors I'm using here are a little bit different. This time for my greens, I am using Mossy Meadow and Old Olive as well. So let's see. Kind of getting my things mixed up here. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive. I'm still using Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie. I'm using my soft suede and my ivory for those acorns. And I am starting to miss mine. Here we go. And let's see. Yeah, that's what I've got for my coloring. So Mossy Meadow for the acorn, for the oak branches or leaves, and then Old Olive for the berry branches. We've got Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie on the fall leaves. We have Calypso Coral. Let's see. I'm getting, let's see. Calypso Coral and Cajun Crush on the flowers. Daffodil Delight in the centers there. And Soft Suede for the little berries. So there you go. There's your coloring there. And I have die cut that for us already. Next, this is going to be popped up with dimensionals. It's going to go this way, and I'm going to add some of the standard dimensionals. So this one has lots of color on it. And there we go. Going to just add that with dimensionals. Right in there. And we're going to put that right centered there. And again, I'm going to be using a little linen thread bow, and it's going to go right below those berries with a glue dot again. And so, you know, I like to just take the bow directly to the glue dot. Put that down. So your card kit will include your linen thread. And we just need to stamp a greeting here. Let's see if I have my little snip of, I'm going to have to use this. We are stamping photopolymer. I'm going to use my soft suede ink pad, my Autumn Wishes. This is going to go right onto the Very Vanilla. Obviously, we're going to need to trim that down. Let's see if I have my paper trimmer handy. And right in here. So I am going to leave a little bit extra room on this because we're going to fork the ends, and I think it's going to be about 3/4 of an inch. Let's see if that's about right. Let's see if 3/4 is going to make me happy. Perfect. All right, so 3/4 of an inch. And my trick for getting a nice ribbon edge, I'm going to go up the center and cut right in on both sides. See, that helps me know where the center is when I make that cut, and just pull that out on the other side as well. And of course, I'm using my paper snips, my favorite, nice and sharp. Pull that off. It's a little bit stuck there. Okay, this goes on with dimensionals as well. I'm going to use smaller dimensionals at the bottom. And I'm going to be tucking this under one of the leaves that's hanging right in through here. Going to bring out that linen thread, bring this underneath, so kind of lift that up and bring it over right in there. Bring my linen thread up, there we go. And we're not quite done yet. Let's add our finishing touch with the, oh, hang on here. Need to get my take your pick tool. I hope my arm wasn't right the way there. Okay, so I'm going to take my rustic metallic dots. These are going to be free with your order of $50 or more, so you can embellish your cards. And I'm going to put 2 up towards the top and 1 down below, and you all can see how much I love these rustic metallic dots. These are almost gone. I love these. These are very easy. They go on lots of different projects. So there is our Autumn Wishes card, card number 3. All right, so let's see here. Here are your 3 cards from the Fond of Autumn bundle. And again, these make great thank you cards and gratitude cards all year round. If you would like the kit prepped and sent to your door, head over to my online store. I have the link above, and shop by Sunday. If your order is $35, you'll receive the kit absolutely free. Everything is going to be cut, embossed, prepped, and sent directly to your door. For orders of $50 or more, I'm going to include a brand new package of the rustic metallic dots. One thing, if your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code. Shop, get your own rewards. Just email me or message me to let me know you would like the kit. I will be shipping the kit out on Monday or Tuesday, depending on how my schedule goes, but I would love to send you a kit. I hope you've enjoyed the class. I'm thanking you for joining along. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the class. Be sure to follow the page, and if you were a little bit late, you can always click over to Just Stamp with Anna Marie on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. You're going to get notified whenever I post a new class there, and you can also catch the replay there. So I so appreciate you joining. I hope you like these cards and that you're going to want a kit sent directly to you. One more reminder about that starter kit deal that ends on Monday. It is an awesome deal, an extra, what is that, $56 worth of your choice of Stampin' Up! Stuff for free. So just $99 plus the tax. It's shipped for free, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of things from your wish list. Okay, my friends, thanks so much for joining. I will see you next time.